1 in 4,000. 1 in 4,000 is an interesting statement. If I were to tell you that there was a lottery ticket that 1 in 4,000 people were winners, you'd probably go ahead and purchase that lottery ticket. It's a pretty good chance of you being one of those 4,000 people. But 1 in 4,000 is also a number that represents the boys that are born with Duchenne. Duchenne, for those of you that don't know what it is a muscular dystrophy disease that is getting some press as of late. Most of you have seen the Clay Matthews commercial during, and if you don't know who Clay Matthews is, that's a player for the Packers football team. Duchenne affects really only boys, and it's a disease that rapidly deteriorates your muscles. Most boys that contract Duchenne, you'll see signs by the age of 5. Signs of Duchenne are enlarged traps, enlarged muscles, and then you quickly see those muscles deteriorate. Small children, when they're learning to walk, will have a lot of difficulty walking for a sustained period of time. They won't be able to jump and hop like most normal children do, and they'll have a lot of difficulty sometimes with cognitive learning, so speaking, things like that, they'll have issues with. But that's not always a sign. It's just something that you see every once in a while. Duchenne will last a child throughout their entire lifetime, and unfortunately that usually doesn't go much further than the 20s. So this is something that really deteriorates the individual quickly, rapidly, and until they pass away. You contract Duchenne through your parents, so you are potentially a carrier of Duchenne. Women, although they can't get Duchenne, can be a carrier. So it's something that women can get tested for during pregnancy, and it's something that's offered now when you go to see the doctor when you're first pregnant. You can get tested for, you can actually test a child before the child's born at about 11 weeks into the pregnancy. That's something that is, usually you talk about it with your doctor and they'll let you know what the pros and the cons are of that, but there are pros and cons of it. There currently right now is no cure for Duchenne. Right now the way that Duchenne is treated is it's really just to give you a better quality of life for the 20 or so years that you're going to be able to be here on this earth. A lot of what they do with Duchenne is they will give you steroids to help with your muscle development and to allow for you to have some energy throughout the day. Most of the time when you're a victim of Duchenne, you're very weak and you're very drained. You feel fatigued all the time. So that's something that they can do to enhance the quality of your life. Currently right now there are actually drug trials that are being performed by Acceleron Pharma, which is a company that they started off with using a specific drug in rats, and they were able to not cure the disease, but they were able to stop its progression. So the current trial is going to be over in 2012. They don't know exactly when in 2012, but they're estimating in 2012. And so far, it's actually received some really good results, and they're seeing the slowdown of children with Duchenne and the progression of the disease itself. So there's a lot of hope there for that. So in conclusion, Duchenne is a disease that most people aren't really aware of. It's something that everyone should be aware of. It's a disease that affects a huge amount of small boys, and something that is very close to being given a cure.